Today we're talking joins in SQL. Now, I don't want to waste your time, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right into the video. First, just so you know what you're getting into, we're going to cover a brief explanation of joins and what type of joins exist. Then we're going to go over 3 examples, and then we're going to review 2 practice problems. If you want to attempt the practice problems alongside me, check out the Learn SQL for Free video playlist that I'm currently making, linked down in the video description. All right, let's go ahead and let's jump into the computer. All right, so here we are logged into the SQL server that we've been slowly building up throughout this video series. Here is my SQL practice database, and in order to start this video, I'm going to click New Query. Then, like always with my explanations, I'm going to be making them in a SQL note, or a SQL comment. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create a comment block by using \*/. All right, so today we're talking about joins in SQL. What are they? So in a relational database, and if we go down and we look at our tables, you often have multiple tables, and data is spread across those tables. SQL joins allow you to combine those tables. So for example, my orders data probably has a customer ID in it, and customers probably has all of my information that I might want to know about a customer. As a result, I can join or combine orders with customers. And that's the whole point of SQL joins, combining multiple tables. Now, there's a few different types of joins. So we have what's called an inner join, a right join, a left join, a full join, a union. There's also technically a union all, but we'll get into that in a different video, and cross joins. Today, we're going to be talking about an inner join specifically. Now, joins are often represented by Venn diagrams. So let's take a look at a Venn diagram representing a join. So here we have, I just Googled SQL join Venn diagram, but here we have Venn diagrams that represent all of our joins. In this diagram, you essentially have table A, which represents your first table, and then table B, which represents your second table. What we're talking about is an inner join. So this join is only going to return rows that are shared in both table A and table B. Okay, following so far? All right, let's look at our first example. So in our first example, we're going to use the orders table to limit our customers table. So we want to find customers and return only the names of customers that are placed in order. So let's go ahead and let's select from customers, and we'll call customers as C, and we'll go C.firstname, comma, C.lastname. Now, if I run this, it returns all the customers, which is not what we wanted to do. We wanted to return only customers that I've placed in order. But I want you to notice one thing. When I ran this query, I got 10,003 rows. So, all right, now let's inner join orders. So if I go inner join orders as O on C dot customer ID, okay, equals O dot customer ID, and then we'll add right here and we'll select O dot orders. So we'll go order ID. We now have our first join set up. So let's take a look at the syntax. So our base table is C customers as C, so referring to customers as table C. Then we're inner joining orders as O, so referring to orders as O, and then we're specifying criteria. Now we're going on customer ID of customers has to equal orders customer ID. Now this is called criteria, and essentially our join is only going to return rows where this criteria is met. And because this is an inner join, all of the rows will meet this criteria. Now, just a side note, this doesn't always have to be an equal sign. This could be any type of conditional operator. So this could be a greater than, a less than, so on and so forth. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and let's run this. Let's take a look at what happened. Well, first things first, my 10,000 rows goes to 100,000 rows. And that's because my orders table, right, has 100,000 rows, and I have a name for each person that's placed in order. That makes logical sense. But what's tricky here is that if I remove O.order and rerun this, right, I'll still get 100,000 rows. And that's because it's still returning the customer name for every single order. So in order to not get duplicates in this scenario, what I have to do is I have to add either a select distinct or a group by, and I'm going to go with a group by first name and last name. When I run that, right, I get just 9,384 rows because that is all of the customers that have placed an order. All right, got that? Let's move on to example number 2. Okay, in example number 2, I'm going to be chaining multiple tables together. So I'm going to start with essentially the same query, right? So I'm going to select star from customers as C. And in this case, I want to return the first name, the last name, and the product name of every product that a customer has ordered. So I'll select C.first name, right? I'll select C.last name. And then I'll be like, okay, well, the product that they ordered is probably in the orders table. So inner join orders as O, and we'll go on C dot order or customer ID equals O dot customer ID. And then we'll go and we'll try to select product name. And when we go to do that, right, we'll notice that, oh, there is no product in here. So we instead then have to go to the order item table. So we'll then go down here and we'll go inner join orders item, right, as OI. And we'll go on O dot order ID equals OI dot order ID. And we'll go into OI and we'll notice, oh, there's no order name, but there's a product ID. So then I can then go from order OI to products, right? And I'll go products as P on, and we will go OI dot product ID equals P dot product ID. And then finally I can select P dot product name. Okay, so here is our example. And as you can see here, I had to inner join all of these tables together to get to the dimension that I actually want. So I actually wanted product name, but I had to go from customers to orders to order item to finally product. Now, like always, or just with the last query, we need to add a group by so we don't get duplicate rows. So I'll go group by and then all of my columns in my select. And then just one note on here is you can also join by multiple columns. So let's just say products had what's called a primary key, which means in order to successfully join it to order ID, I need to join on just 2 columns. I can go and right here, and I could go OI dot, maybe it joins on OI dot category, right, equals P dot category. Now, the more criteria that you have in your joins, the faster the query is going to run. And an and statement can also be an or. So maybe I want to join it on product ID or category. Just to note, an or is probably not going to run super efficient, but that's getting a little bit too complex for this video. Now, finally, if you've made it this far, we're just going to be talking about our third example here, which is that you can add criteria, right, onto the tables that you're joining. So let's take this same criteria right here, right, or the same query, and then let's go ahead and say, oh, we also only want the orders to have been placed in the past month. So we can go o.order date, right, and we can go greater or equal to date add, and the past month, right, we're going to be adding months. We're going to be going comma, -1, comma, get date. And if you don't know date functions, go watch the Learn SQL for Free video playlist down in the video description. I'm telling you, these lessons build on each other. But then just so you're aware, when we run this, right, here's all of our customers and the products that they've ordered in the past month. And as you can see, we only have 680 rows that meet this criteria with all these inner joins. All right, so here are our practice problems. Practice problem number 1, retrieve all orders with their corresponding customer names. So I want to see order ID, first name and last name. Very similar to the first example, wink, wink. And then practice problem number 2, find the total quantity of all products ordered across all orders. And so in here, I want to see product name, quantity ordered. And here I want to see order ID, first name, last name. All right, go ahead and pause the video and try these problems. Pause it now. And just like that, through movie magic, we are back. Okay, let's go ahead and let's solve problem number 1. So we want to retrieve all orders. So I'm going to go select star, and orders is going to be my base table because I know I want to retrieve all orders as O, right? And then we're going to want to basically get their corresponding customer names. In this example, I'm assuming that customers has a row for all orders. Otherwise, that would be a problem. We'll get into that in our next video. But in this case, then, we're going to go inner join customers as C. We're going to go on O dot customer ID equals C dot customer ID, right? We're going to go up here and we're going to go O dot order ID. And then we're going to go C dot first name and then C dot last name. Now you've been seeing me use the group by in order to not get duplicates, but I'm going to go ahead and just add select distinct here up top, so a little bit different. And that right there should be the solution to practice problem number 1. Okay, time for practice problem number 2. Okay, so this one's a little tricky and we're going to have to use aggregate functions. So we want to find the total quantity of all products ordered across all orders. So that means that our base table is going to be the orders item, right? Because that's the table that has our quantity. And so we'll title this OI. And we're going to select right here OI.quantity, right? And that's going to have to be in a sum. And we're going to title that quantity ordered, right? As quantity ordered. And then we're going to need to inner join products as P, and we'll go on OI dot product ID equals P dot product ID. And then we'll go right up here and we'll go over and we'll go P dot product name. And then because this is an aggregate function, right, it needs to be in the group by P dot product name. Okay, and we'll go ahead and we'll run this, right? And we run this, here is all of our products and our product quantity that was ordered. All right, if you made it this far in the video, I'm going to assume that you got something from it and you enjoyed the content. If you did, please consider subscribing it, liking it, and letting me know down in the comments what was your favorite part. Gonna be honest, I have a theory that people don't actually make it this far in these videos, but that's okay. Someone will see this message and let me know down in the comments. Anyway, what's next? So we're going to continue kind of this journey with joins, a huge topic and one that you guys need to understand. And as a result, it's going to be a big part of this series. All right. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good night.